welcome. Coming on, this is going to be my second attempt for trying to record this video. Just coming on to talk about spiritual awakening, how it's not everything, that you think it might be. Kind of struggles that I went through to kind of help prevent you to go through them. Throughout my whole childhood, I was always aware, like, I always kind of believed in ghosts. I knew we weren't the only ones in a whole world, universe, galaxy, you know, of existence. Why would there only be humans? Things like that. I was always connected. Obviously, I know why now because I am, spiritually awakened now. So I always had that connection to the spirit realm. Um, you know, Being essayed as a child, growing up, struggling, our dad, drank a lot. He did show us, true love. He was disabled. You know, um, Life was full of ups and downs, definitely, full of inner child type things that needed healing when I spiritually awakened. And it's all things that maybe I thought were healed or that I moved past, but I actually just shoved them deep down inside and kind of moved on with my life. So it all kind of came bubbling up, to be healed when I spiritually awakened. um, which is great because I'm actually to a point now that's it like it is okay with everything I went through because it made me who I am today. It made me stronger. It was stuff I learned that maybe I had in a life contract with somebody else before I came down here, stuff that we needed to karmically work out. Whatever the case may be, I am okay. So, spiritually awakened, sometimes you always think it's going to be glitz and glitter, like, la la la, let's like kumbaya, do yoga, meditate, and do all this stuff. Well, it's not really like that because your world's flipped upside down, but it's flipped up the right way, right? You're exposed to the inverted, the lies, the manipulation that you're exposed to your entire life. So you start to see the world for what it really is. You see people for who they truly are. Friends and family come and go out of your life at that moment because they don't vibrate and jive the same way. They're not on the same path. I had a friend that when I spiritually awakened wanted to try to save me, and when she came to speak with me and she saw how like lighter I was, like my attitude was better, my feeling of life was way better. She was like, "Oh, well, what you're doing isn't evil. Okay. I don't want your Reiki, but I think you're a good person still. I don't think you went to the dark side." So we disagree to not share that part of my life. And when we hang out, we talk about other things, talk about my kids, whatever. And it's okay. You know, um, Everybody has free will. And that's the other part of the message I needed to get across today is we all have free will. So when we're spiritually awakened, we want everybody to believe, in what we do. And I'm like, oh my gosh, look at this truth. Look, oh my gosh, I used to like love celebrities and now I see everything that's going on, there, that it's all falsehood and literally it's just a big huge drama show going on. Why can't you see it? You're like wanting to scream at your top of the lungs to like show everybody what you believe. But everybody has their own free will and they all have their own timelines and moments of when they will get there, right? Um, so you can't force it because they have their free will. So, I mean, you can have discussions, but you can't really force your ideas and way of life on others. And sometimes it's hard because you're so excited. And then you get these grumpy gusses that are just like, you're kind of nutty, okay? But it's okay. Just let them go. Let them go. Keep the ones that jive around you, okay? And then when I spiritually awakened, I worked for a place that I had no idea when I started there that it was drenched in darkness, like totally in like encased in it. And I got a horrible attachment. It took me like 3 days of horror to get rid of this attachment. And when I say it, like literally, my youngest son, I think, was maybe one, still in diapers. And I know he saw that attachment, and it was horrible for me. And when I knew he saw it, I was like, oh my God, I got to get rid of this thing, right? So it took a while. So I had three friends that were spiritually awakened, a little bit longer than me, but we were all still newbies. One didn't want to help me at all, and the other two did help me. And one of the two that helped me, we have kind of parted ways, but that's okay. Our paths have taken a little different turns. And I'm still friends with the other one. And then the other one that didn't want to help me, she always rubbed me a little bit weird anyway. So that was my intuition saying she was infringed upon. She didn't want to hear it. So we no longer communicate. So my point of my videos and helping to share my journey is to maybe save you these steps. I would love if no one ever had to experience what I did when I awakened with that. And that's why I always tell you to go back and watch my video for opening your hand chakras and shielding. Because had I learned that beforehand, I wouldn't have got that attachment because I would have been shielded and more aware of where, like, when you know you're going into the deep dark den, like, shield yourself and then keep yourself to your light to yourself. I didn't. I was just like trying to spread it everywhere, right? And I was in the deep dark den. And so like I had a couple things I wasn't doing correctly for my energy. And so if I could save you, that is like one of my goals. Healing, saving, teaching, guiding, helping you just stand and kick butt on your own. That's my goal. So, um I will post a link below for Rising Phoenix Aurora's website. She has an awesome shielding video on there, or class that you take. And that was my stepping stone of learning how to shield. And you just kind of develop it on your own. You can kind of learn the steps, the information through there, and then just create it and make it of your own. But there's some really good information in there. I have not yet been able to create my own, shielding protection video yet. But I do highly recommend that because it's got so much useful information in there. So I'll post that below. And then I do have a course on Udemy for self-healing. And, I was investing in so many courses, learning so much Reiki and other things that I just sat down and I'm like, okay, source, God, universe, like angels, like I want something that I can give back on, that I could teach, something that I can kind of master myself, and pass along. Because some of the things I've learned along the way, like okay, it was useful, but I always kind of tweaked it to my own. Um, with all the healings and everything, and it was all like it's all right. I always like divinely connected, and so I got these wonderful like angelic galactic quantum codes for self-healing. I only have one course on there right now. I have to actually sit my butt down and make some more videos because I have enough codes to maybe make one or two more courses on it. And I'm trying to, get all the codes downloaded into myself and use them, utilize them so I know how they feel. Um, so I'll post that link down there. But I think it's very important for shielding for your energy, just for like the specific reasons that I just said about myself. But for many more, like you go to work and there's a grumpy Gus there all the time. Like I have a couple people in my life that are super negative, but I shield, and they're where they used to make me grumpy and drain my energy, they no longer affect me at all. And I can just sit there, I'm like, ugh, not again. Like, come on. Like, all right, let's get out of this situation. Let's get them out of here. Get me out of here. Whatever. But I no longer feel irritated or drained around them because I do shield my energy and it just blocks it off from, blocks them off from me. So I know I sound like a broken record a lot of the times, but shielding is so important for so many reasons. And if you take away anything, at least shield so the grumpy Gusses of the world don't irritate you throughout the day and you can go about your day and live your life for your highest good. So I love you all tremendously. Thank you for joining me today. I love you, honor you, respect you, send you all love, thanks, gratitude, and appreciation. And have a wonderfully blessed day. Namaste.